breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Who is this guy?
He's a local boy.
His name is Todd. He's a talker.
You know, like on the radio?
I mean, for entertainment.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Gigolo, gigolo, gigolo.
Pay for every dance, selling his romance. Ooh, what they say. But there will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me? When the end comes, I know it was just a gigolo. Life goes on without me.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook and YouTube. And of course, that was the unmistakable voice of David Lee Roth. David Lee Roth is in town tonight. He is playing at the Rose Music Center, and I have a couple of questions. One, is he in your top 5, top 10 list of wildest, craziest frontmen of all time? Now, I'm not saying that he's a great frontman because he's got the pipes. I mean, I think of Steve Perry of Journey as having incredible pipes, a great frontman, but he's not like off the hook crazy. And that was one of the things I loved about, 80s, 70s, 80s, early 90s rock bands is the lead singers, the frontmen were usually, well, not always, but sometimes a little nuts. And I love that. That's what made it fun. And I've got my top 10 list, so we'll go through that. And I want you to compare notes. I've posted this on my Facebook. You can also go there and look. The other thing, has anybody had any DLR sightings today? Maybe up in Huber Heights. I'm sure he was there early today for a sound check. Maybe you spotted David Lee Roth roaming around the Hobby Lobby out there. Right? Or the Target. Or TJ Maxx or could be anywhere. So if you happen to have a David Lee Roth sighting today, that would be great. I'd love to hear it. 937-957-1290. And by the way, if you are going to the show tonight out at the Rose, give us a call. What are you looking forward to? And then maybe tomorrow night, if you'd like, you can call in and give us a review. Because I will be honest with you, I have seen some reviews of his shows, and maybe not the David Lee Roth that we used to know. But look, everybody gets older. Everybody starts to slip a little bit, but I give him credit for throwing on the leather pants and heading out there in the heat and singing his brains out. So good for him. Coming up tonight after 6 o'clock, I've been looking forward to this for the last couple of weeks. I've talked about him a few times. There was a guy for many, many, many years, we're talking decades, who has done a public access show on television here in Dayton, and he's had a show on actual TV channels. It wasn't just some little thrown together show in a basement somewhere. He's done some TV stuff, but I've always found him very interesting and entertaining and fun to watch. William Pace is going to be on the show after 6 o'clock, and I promise you're not going to be disappointed. You're not going to be disappointed. So that's coming up after 6 o'clock. All right. So here's my list of top 10 crazy, wild frontmen of all time. Now, I will tell you, it's just frontmen. I didn't include any women in this. I'm not being sexist. I just wanted to focus on the guys. Okay. Because usually frontmen for female bands or female front women, they're not terribly crazy, with the exception of Courtney Love. She's nuts. I've met her. She's nuts. Love her. She's nuts. All right. Here's my top 10 list going from number 1. Freddie Mercury of Queen. Now, Freddie Mercury may seem a little docile compared to some of the other people on the list, but his lifestyle was kind of off the hook. I mean, he was flying high 99% of the time. So I put him at the top of the list. Number 2, Steven Tyler of Aerosmith. That guy, he could party like nobody else. Number 3, might be a surprise, but when I was growing up in the late 70s, early 80s, I kind of liked the punk rock, like the real punk rock. Johnny Rotten of the Sex Pistols. You never knew what he was going to say. And to this day, you know, he's still out there touring. You still don't know what he's going to say. You don't know what he's going to do. Number 4, the late, great Ozzy Osbourne of Black Sabbath. Again, just back in the day, off the hook. Oh, I will agree with that, Todd, on the live stream. Janis Joplin was crazy. But I kind of think of her as more of a solo artist. I don't think of her as a front person for a band. And maybe I'm wrong. She wasn't really my era. She was, I came a little bit after that. But I kind of think of her as a solo artist. Number 5, David Lee Roth, Van Halen. Number 6, Axl Rose, Guns N' Roses. He could be a little crazy at times. I remember when they came to play at the Nutter Center, and he was like 2.5, 3 hours late to the show because from what I remember, he was down at the Orbit Inn there in Page Manor. That's the story I heard. I don't know if it's true, but he was at the Orbit Inn. There's a bar there now, but I don't think it's called the Orbit Inn. That guy, Axl. Number 7, Joe Strummer of The Clash. I don't know that he was necessarily wild and off the hook, but he did play in The Clash, and they were part of that punk scene. So I'll give him some props there. Number 8, Iggy Pop of the Stooges. Guy's nuts. Guy is nuts. Most shows he would leave the stage bleeding. Number 9, Kurt Cobain, Nirvana. Mainly because of his stage diving. Cruising surfing the mosh pit. And then number 10, Anthony Kiedis of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I would say he's probably the tamest of all of them, but he's still not so much anymore. But back in the 90s, early 2000s, yeah, I would put him in that category. So if you got any thoughts on that, 937-957-1290. Ron in Springfield. What's up, Ron?
Hey, buddy, I don't know if I seen David Lee Roth, but I did run into a guy at the mini mart. He was wearing a witch doctor outfit. You want to guess what he ordered?
A witch doctor outfit?
Yeah. You want to know what he ordered?
I have a feeling this is a joke. So let me get my my canned laughter ready. All right, go ahead, Ron. Hit me with that.
He ordered a bottle of anything and a glazed donut.
Can somebody explain that to me? Does anybody? I have no idea. Don't know. But okay. Thank you, Ron. How do you follow that? I don't know. 937-957-1290. I saw this. My wife actually pointed this out, and this is something that I can't really wrap my mind around. People selling food on Facebook Marketplace, like meals that they have prepared in their house. I've talked about the fact that lots of times when you're in radio, in the public media, whatever, listeners will often show their appreciation and love by making you something, baking you cookies or a cake or a pie. There's one thing that you learn early on when you get into the business. Generally, you don't eat food that has been dropped off at the station by your listeners. Not because you think anybody's going to try to slip you some X-Lax or put rat poison in it or anything like that, though that could happen. The real lesson is you don't know the condition of the kitchen that people have done their baking or their cooking in. You'd like to think that maybe, well, they're probably just as clean as I am. Not the case. Not always the case. And I saw this post on Facebook, and I'm not going to give the name of it because I don't want to call anybody out, but it's basically a porch bakery. And what this person does is, I guess they love to bake. They do this in their home, and the home looks, you see the front porch, you see the treats. It looks clean enough, but it's a porch bakery, and there's a QR code. And the idea is that you show up at this place, you go up, you open some of the cake boxes that have sweet treats in them. You take what you want, and I guess you scan your card, or you do the Venmo thing. Am I wrong here, or is that just weird? Buying food from people off their front porch. Isn't that odd? I can't compare it to like food trucks. I've purchased food from food trucks. I've never had a problem. Most of the food trucks that I've encountered seem pretty clean. But I don't know about this whole idea of buying food from people off their front porch off of Facebook. It's just weird to me. I remember years ago, a buddy of mine here at the station, Hippie, he was telling me about, because we both did keto for a little bit. And there was a place somewhere, I think out in Huber Heights. And he's like, oh, they got this, they got that. And I went out there and I was like, this doesn't seem clean to me. Does not seem clean to me. And I understand people generally are, they're good natured, and I'm sure it was fine, but there was just something that did not sit well. So this whole notion of selling food to the public out of your garage, off your front porch, maybe on your patio, that just is weird to me. I mean, there are regulations that restaurants have to follow. Cleanliness is a priority most of the time. But there's a little bit of recourse, right? If you go to a restaurant and you have a bad experience, or it's unclean or whatever, you can report it to the authorities. But what about a bakery off the porch? I mean, there's boxes of sweet treats out there sitting on this rack. And I'm thinking of all the bugs that are attracted to that. Flying around. Ooh, what's that? I don't want to put that in my mouth. It's just an odd thing. I get it.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun to the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
think my mic was off. Were you not able to hear me? My mic was off. I was responding, but nobody could hear me. To answer your question, Clinton, see, like produce, it comes from the earth. You can wash. You can clean that off, right? You can run it under the water but baked goods, no thanks. I don't know where it's been baked. I don't know whose kitchen it came from. Ugh.
A deal for a former motel site in Springfield falls through. We'll have the latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
We are going to have mad fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. I need to get to Ron in Springfield real quick. Ron?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you. Oh, so I thought you were trying to drop a joke on me, and then I had a bunch of people shoot me texts explaining that this was a reference, of course, to David Lee Roth in one of his music videos. I totally missed that, and I kind of remember. I had to look it up, but he did have a song called "Yankee Rose."
Yes.
And I found the clip just to so I didn't mean to ridicule you. It was a little obscure for me. So here's the clip. So there you go. Yeah, that was that was a great reference. I will give you props for that. Good job.
Yeah, when I was 10 years old, and I'll be 49 in about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And when I was 10 years old, my peers, my friends, they were dressed up as Kiss, but I dressed up as David Lee Roth, the witch doctor. No sooner I'd ring the doorbell, they opened it up, and then they'd say it before I got it out. But it was a lot of fun, man.
I love that. Well, thank you for dropping that on me, and I'm sorry I didn't get the reference, but it was perfect because David Lee Roth, of course, is playing at the Rose tonight. So
yes,
good.
Hey, you learn something every day, Todd.
I do. I appreciate it. Thanks, buddy.
Sir, please identify yourself.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Well, who is this guy and where did he come from?
Maybe he escaped from the circus.
Locally grown, seriously funny
I mean, this guy is something else.
Just for you, keep listening to the radio.
on WHIO.
I don't know that you can see. I'm playing the audio from the same computer that the live stream is on. So maybe that's why you couldn't hear it.
All talk
and talk
all the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
And now, with your permission, I'm going to do my stuff.
Could this day get any more fantastic?
Let's get on with it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube coming up after 6 o'clock. Special in-studio guest. His name is William Pace. He's a local TV cable access icon. I've watched this guy over the years, and he's quite entertaining. He's going to be here on the show just after 6. Also, I have a current events quiz. We've got tickets for the Dayton Air Show. Dayton Air Show going on this weekend. These tickets are for Sunday. If you'd like to take the quiz, be the 6th caller, 937-957-1290, and we'll get you hooked up, and you can take the quiz. Last night on the show, I had an email from a woman by the name of Catherine, who she listens in her car after she picks her kids up from school. Her kids are Aubrey and Dylan. They live in Centerville. And the question was, what has happened or what happened to your intern, Will? Now, Will, he's been on the show for a while, but then Will kind of disappeared, fell off the radar, if you will. Now, let me just say this up front. He's not missing, okay? There's no need to involve the authorities. That's not the deal here. But he was going strong on the show. He contacted me, and I'll just briefly retell the story. The end of school last year, he was going into his senior year. And said, hey, I want to be a comedy writer when I grow up. Can I work on your show? And I said, certainly. And after, a few weeks of me just sort of gauging whether or not he was a nut, I thought, okay, he seems legit. He seems reasonable, and we can put him on the air. So he started doing this bit, Will's punchline report, where he would tell a story and then a punchline, sort of like Weekend Update on Saturday Night Live. Well, he's a very creative guy. And back in April, he put on a play at a school that I went and saw. I thought it was pretty good for a first try. And then he said, well, I've got some other stuff going on, but I am going to keep interning. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard from him. So, but I know he's not missing. Just be clear. So last night I posted the video of me talking about this, hoping to get some leads. And then today I posted on my Facebook a brand new, this is a lost intern flyer, a little bit like Stella, the lost dog, that they're offering $25,000 for. Well, I'm offering $25 for the safe return of Will, my intern. Now, I'm asking you that you do not chase. He will run. And he was last seen in April telling jokes on the Evening Edge of WHIO. You can find this on my Facebook. Please share. And if we can get the safe return of Will, somebody's going to walk away with $25. So there you go. All right. Do we have somebody for the current events quiz? I'm ready to do it. Are we okay? What are we doing? Are we okay now? Okay. Russell and Troy, are you there?
I am here, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing well. You want to take the current events quiz?
I do.
All right, let's get it going.
Oh my
here.
God! Listen, everybody!
It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Sponsored locally by Titan Graphics. Thank you very much, Norm Kelly, official announcer of the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz. Now, Russell, before we get to the quiz, you haven't seen my intern, Will, have you?
No.
Okay. I thought maybe he had wandered up there to Troy for the Strawberry Festival. Maybe somebody would have seen him up there, but no, I guess not. All right. Russell, I'm going to give you, well, first of all, do you know how to play the current events quiz?
I do.
All right. I'm going to give you 3 questions and 3 possible answers. And the answer is always
C.
That is correct. And tonight, all the questions have to do with breaking the law.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
All right, up for grabs, tickets for the Dayton Air Show, 4-pack. And these tickets are for Sunday, Russell. Okay? Sunday.
Yep.
Don't try to show up Saturday. They won't let you in. And you're going to get a parking pass. So that's
great.
That's even better. That's even better. All right, here's question number 1. Louisiana cops say a man stopped for suspected DUI, fled on foot, and then jumped into a swamp. But he was quickly caught because A, he couldn't swim, B, got stuck in 2 feet of mud, or C, was attacked by an alligator.
Ooh, I'm going to go with C, the alligator.
You got it. That's right. He jumped in and immediately an alligator attacked his arms, just clamped down on his arms, and it was easy to catch. All right, here's question number 2. Westfield, Indiana cops arrested a 21-year-old man after they say he pulled a gun on a teenager at a Wawa after the teen allegedly called him A, fugly, B, basic, or C, cute.
I'll go with C, cute.
You got it. I did see a picture of the guy. He was a little fugly. I'm just telling you. All right, here's question number 3. A Largo, Florida woman was sentenced to complete a shoplifting awareness course after she was arrested for stealing a coworker's Stanley insulated tumbler from a break room. The woman told the judge she stole it with the intent to A, stash her drugs in it, B, resell it on eBay, or C, store her breast milk.
I'll go with C on this one.
You would be correct. Well, congratulations, Russell. You are the winner. Hang on the line. We'll get your details and get your email, and I will send those tickets out to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
There you go, and that's how you play the current events quiz. It is Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you got so big that you fold up this kind?
It was tasty, delicious, and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was piece of little hors d'oeuvre.
You know, I love talking about food because it's one of the few things we can sort of agree on. We may not agree on politics or religion or sports teams or preference between the metric system or the imperial system, but my God, we all love a tasty meal and a tasty snack. Just a heads up, speaking of tasty food, we're going to be doing our show live on Friday, June 19th, All the Best Delicatessen. It's their 3-year anniversary, and of course, All the Best Delicatessen. We've been there a number of times down there on Route 48 near Washington Township, named Ohio's Best Deli. They've won many awards, gotten a lot of recognition, named as one of America's best restaurants. On that Friday, the 19th, they're going to be offering all of their daily specials on that day. So 5 days of specials on one day. That's cool. Tasty Tuesday continues with this is kind of cool. I had some of these today. Einstein Brothers Bagels. They opened up a new place in Beaver Creek a few days ago. It's located at the corner of North Fairfield and New Germany Treibine. Over there in the Lowe's Shopping Center. It's over there, that direction. You know where I'm talking about. There's a Skyline. There's a McDonald's. There's a Steak and Shake. There's that sushi place on that it's on a conveyor belt. Haven't tried that yet. I got to try that. But Einstein Brothers, they've opened up a new shop there in Beaver Creek. And today I had the sesame seed bagel with cream cheese. Fabulous. Just good stuff. To celebrate the opening of this new location, they're offering a free egg sandwich with any in-store purchase now through June 26th. But you have to mention a promotional code PLU 980. Hope you remember that, because otherwise you're not going to get your free sandwich. White Castle is introducing a veggie slider. What? They're trying to make White Castle healthy? Come on. They're introducing a veggie slider as a new permanent menu at their stores across the country beginning next Monday. It's labeled as the Southwest Veggie Slider. The new menu item features a crispy brown rice crust and a savory blend of 6 vegetables: sweet potatoes, black beans, corn, red bell peppers, onions, and carrots. And it's seasoned with smoky chipotle and sweet barbecue flavors. It's going to sell for $2.49. And you can get it with a slice of jalapeno cheese if you like. And KFC is launching the new Ultimate Meal in collaboration with the upcoming DC movie Supergirl. This menu item, you'll get your choice of 3 chicken tenders or 8 chicken nuggets, 3 new sauces, which includes a Supergirl's Solar Honey Mustard, Ruthie's Sweet Chili, Revenge, and Lobo's Wild Ranch. There's also a drink involved, and it's the Krypton Cooler. It's a specialty drink that combines Starry's lemon lime flavors with blue raspberry syrup and strawberry boba. And you'll get a free keychain. So there you go, kids. There's your Tasty Tuesday.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
righty. William Pace is in the house. He'll be on just after 6.
WHIO, Dayton, Springfield. WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill.
Dayton Dragons sign a long-term deal. We'll have the latest on that at 6. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
Oh, well, go have fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. Coming up after 6 o'clock, special in-studio guest, William Pace. He is a Dayton area TV icon. I've watched this guy over the years on cable access and on over-the-air TV, and I've never met him. I just met him in the hallway. He's going to be here in a couple of minutes. I'm looking forward to chatting with him. But first, I need to talk to Will down in the traffic center. Will, are you there?
I am.
So I was just sort of hearing out of the corner of my ear your last traffic report. So
interesting.
What? So repeat it for everybody who didn't hear. And I want to make sure I heard it the right way.
Yeah, I always check in with northbound 75 at Stanley Avenue about this time of day because there's usually a lot of interesting things going on there, right? So I see this car and it's pulled over on the on-ramp from Stanley to northbound 75. The flashers are on, and all of a sudden the camera pans in, kind of zooms in rather.
Yeah.
And then I see this tall, skinny guy jump out of the car. At least he turned the flashers on, and he starts running down the on-ramp. And the camera, I can't pan a camera, but the camera operator can. And he panned this guy all the way down the Stanley Avenue on-ramp to northbound 75. The guy just left the car there, turned the flashers on, and took off running.
So, and we have no idea what he was running from or to or why he was running. Maybe he was late.
No idea. No idea. I mean, they're calling it an accident northbound 75 at Stanley, but there really is no accident there. There's just kind of a car sitting there, and somebody took off.
And who's controlling the camera zoom? Is it somebody here in the building?
No. This is Miami Valley dispatch.
Ah, so the cops.
Yeah.
The cops had the camera and they were zooming in on this guy.
I can zoom a camera, but I can't pan it. But they have total control. So they panned it all the way down there and followed this guy for quite a little bit there.
All right. Well, maybe we'll hear more about that. Thank you for that, Will. I appreciate it.
Sure thing.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny.
It's a crack pot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
righty.
Refresh your ride with brand new tires and
Here we go.
News in less than 15 minutes and immediately when it breaks. I'm Ron Otto, 1290 and 95.7 WHIO. Dayton's news and talk depend on it.
WHIO is all news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Depend on it.
It's time for something different.
There's been enough thinking.
Don't bring up politics. Don't bring up religion.
Don't be so serious about everything.
This aggression will not stand, man.
Let's just chill, huh? Let's have some fun.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Oh, Todd, you got off the couch today. So we're gonna give you just a little bit of praise. A little bit of praise just for you. Well, you actually got off your couch today. You know we gotta give you praise. Sing the name. Oh, Todd, we praise you.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is rolling on Facebook and YouTube. And I have been looking forward to this for quite a while. A couple of weeks ago, probably at this point, maybe a month or so ago, I was having a conversation on the show about public access television. And when I was growing up, there was a lot of unusual shows that were on. I actually got the opportunity to work on a couple of these with the Miami Valley Cable Council, one with Southside Video. The other was a kind of an odd show, the Eat More Carp Show. It was guys wearing rubber fish heads on camera, taking calls, having conversations, being chased by a farmer. Just weird stuff. But one of the other shows that I remember seeing at the time was a program produced locally, and it featured my guest here, William Pace. And William, I have been aware of you for a very long time, but it wasn't until maybe 20, 30 minutes ago that I finally got to meet you. And all the years that you've been in broadcasting and in television, and that I've worked in radio and television, I'm surprised that we've never met.
Well, it's a perfect time. God's time.
Okay, I got you. Yeah,
all things happen in God's time.
So I started talking about you on the show, and I had one or two people reach out and say, "Hey, I'm friends with William," and I said, "Well, hey, have him contact me." And lots of times people tell me that, and I never hear anything. But lo and behold, like a few days later, I get a call from you, and you're like, "Hey, I understand that you were talking about me. Let's chat."
Well, I'm so glad that the fans called.
Yeah.
And the friends called.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I heard about it.
Right.
And the phone just kept ringing for several weeks at least.
Yeah.
About being on or being mentioned on this program.
Okay.
And so I'm so glad to have the opportunity to be here today.
So let's go back, and you're here for the hour, by the way, because I find your story very interesting and intriguing, and we'll get into why I think that. But there was an article that came out. I don't know, maybe was it earlier this year? With the February Dayton Daily News.
Yes,
and they were talking about the fact that in your home there are thousands and thousands of videotapes of your shows, you interviewing newsmakers, celebrities, all kinds of folks, just common everyday folks here in the Miami Valley.
Absolutely.
And a lot of your performances, because you are, of course, a singer.
Yes.
And you studied music, right? At
professionally.
Wilberforce.
Yes. I went to Wilberforce University. My whole story in so many ways is interesting. The music part was very obvious.
Okay.
And really, I guess the journalism part, the mass media part was obvious too.
Right.
I just kept taking courses in broadcast journalism.
Okay.
And when it came time to graduate, I had a double major.
Ah, okay.
Majored in music, voice performance, and communications mass media. But now, as I look back on it, I think it was a part of God's plan for me.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, it was a divine plan for me.
So when you got out of school, I mean, what was your first step? Obviously, like any college graduate, you start looking for work. You start looking for a career path to jump on. And what was happening with you in your life at that time here in the Dayton area?
That was in the late 80s. I graduated in here.
Sure.
But my singing career started in the late 80s.
Okay.
And so I started singing all across the country with orchestras, concert bands, nightclubs. And everywhere I went, people said, "You're photogenic. You ought to be on TV."
Okay. Yeah.
And I said, well, you know, I double majored in college, you know, music, voice performance, communications, mass media. Well, anyway, very much like the story in the Wiz of Oz.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz. Whenever I came back to town, I went to the various stations and pitched the idea of a show. And as the wizard told Dorothy, go get the Wicked Witch broomstick, which meant advertisers.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You gotta have a sponsor. You gotta have a sponsor.
Well, I came back with all kinds of sponsors. I don't know if you remember the Mad Hatter.
Yes.
On Brown Street.
Yeah.
They signed up right off the bat. So many people did. Well, we shan't mention any stations' names.
Right.
But when I came back with the list, they still wouldn't help me.
Really?
And so finally I said, okay, fellas, this is what we're going to do. I will create William Pace Productions and we'll just produce the show.
Right. Yeah. Just do it yourself.
And I'll create I'll create my own production and my own team, cameramen, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
And I'll create William Pace Ad Agency, and we'll represent the show, and we'll just give you a check for your airtime.
Now, see, this is why I find it so intriguing and interesting because, you know, a lot of people in entertainment who want to get into the entertainment business, they miss that aspect of it. And I have tried to sort of do that myself, where instead of just hoping for a part or an opportunity to present itself, you have to go and create it yourself. You know, and if you have an idea that you can, you know, muster together, resources and people to help you and put something together, then that is how you do it, because then you have more control. Then you sort of, you are the person who's leading the ship. You're not waiting for somebody else to go tell you what to do.
Well, I've never been a person to wait for someone to tell me what to do.
Yeah.
I operate under the belief that what we do today has a big impact on how well our tomorrows turn out.
Sure. Yeah.
And so I'm mindful every day, how much can I get accomplished? How much can I do?
Yeah.
Who can I call? All of this and so forth. What guest would make an interesting show?
Right.
I think I'm working in my sleep sometimes.
I get it. I 100% get it.
And thinking, so I never set out to be in production.
Mm-hmm.
Never set out to be in the ad business. It just turned out to be how I had to come to be.
Sure. William, hang on. We got some commercials to go to.
You bet.
Pay the bills, and then we'll come back, and I want to find out how you, the next step into getting your public access show, because that's what I know you from. So hang tight.
Okay, sure.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's education, it's entertainment, it's fun for the entire family, and it is the most American thing in all of America.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
When I started here at WHIO in 2017, this last time, there was no afternoon talk show, like local show. It was all syndicated. Yeah. And when I, got here, my goal was to do this show that did not exist. Mm-hmm. I mean, it had existed at one time back in the 90s. You were on the Dan McDowell show. The show that I produced was right before his was Kent Voss. They had an afternoon show, but then it went away, right? And then it all became syndicated programming. So when I got here, I pitched a Sunday show, which, it's kind of an innocuous thing. It was on Sunday evening, 7 to 9, sort of hidden away, couldn't really do any harm, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what I did. And just over time, and it's taken years, to get to the point where here we are now doing an afternoon show in Dayton, Ohio, the station that I grew up listening to. But I created that opportunity. That opportunity was not existent at the time, I
think life is what you make.
Yeah. Yep.
I really believe that.
Yeah.
If the world gives you lemon, you make the best lemonade.
Well, I know a lot of people that work in my industry, or a lot of people who worked in my industry who got out of it because they didn't feel that the jobs were there. And again, I think in many instances, some of those, not all, but some of those folks they didn't have that ambition to sort of create their own thing.
Well, it's not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not. It's not. And I appreciate, what you said about, working when you sleep, because my wife, I don't know how she deals with it, but she's like, you never turn it off. I can't turn it off. I'm always thinking, how can I use this for the show?
Well, I think there's some people that are just born into this arena. Takes a certain kind of person.
Yeah.
And you have to be pretty strong in who you are.
Right.
Or you could be swayed by what people think or don't think or say or don't do.
Yeah.
You have to be pretty strong. And I've always felt that this was a call on my life.
Yeah, I get that.
There's so many stories I would love. I'm going to save it for the air.
Yeah. But I appreciate that. I really do. You know, just I look at kind of the way that things have gone in my life and how things have sort of fallen into place. And I know that, you know, I know a lot of it was my hard work and my tenacity, but there's a lot of other things happening, you know, that you can't really explain, and you don't try. You just go about your day. You just do your thing, you know.
Some people are just born. As I look back as a kid, standing in front of my father's car at 5, you could just see all this creativity pouring out of this little kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm grateful that I've been able to do it in the town that I grew up in, and that I didn't have to.
There's a lot right there too.
That I didn't have to move, you know, and
Somewhere
jump on
else.
that radio caravan that so many people do. And, you know, and my show, I think, is so hyper focused on Dayton. I mean, I talk a lot about stories that aren't from here because Dayton's only so big. You know, it'd be hard to fill 2 hours just talking about what's, you know, at least the kind of stuff that I want to talk about. But I don't know that my show would fly the way that I would want to do it anywhere else. It might, but, you know, I have a history here. I can talk about, you know, things that went on in, you know, downtown Dayton, and go into, you know, Reich's and the Christmas shop and all, you know, all those things that I wouldn't have that in other places.
Thoughts are coming through my mind, right? That's why I'm reaching for my briefcase, you know, to write down some notes, and so that I won't forget, you know.
Well, we're coming back here in about 30 seconds or so. So
okay.
I'm just gonna ask you how you, like, you know, getting into the public access and that whole thing.
So much to tell.
Yeah. Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7, live stream up on Facebook and YouTube. And if you did tune in to the live stream, you would see my in-studio guest, William Pace. I've got you labeled up there, Dayton TV icon, William.
Thank you so much. I can't tell you how much the fans mean to me here.
Well, I'm one of your fans. I'm one of your fans.
You know what they say about fans? Your fans will keep you going. They won't forget you.
That's right. That's why you're here. That's why you're here on the show. So, you know, you last segment you were talking about pitching the idea of your TV show. You'd been out performing music, and people said, "Hey, you should be on TV." So you ran with that idea. You pitched it to local TV stations. They said they weren't interested, and you landed on public access. And as you know, on public access, there's some interesting shows.
Very much so. But there are a lot of things I want to correct. And one of them is that people think, you know, this show that's been on the air for 38 years, that this station was behind it, or it was a cable access show, or this station supported the show.
Right. Not WHIO, but just some station.
None of the above.
Right.
None of the above.
Yeah.
this show exists because it was a call on my life.
Right.
And when the stations would not help me, I created my own production company.
Sure.
And created my own ad agency as vehicles to represent the show.
Right. Did you end up on DATV? Is that?
I'm glad you asked that question, because what we did, the show was always a commercial show.
Okay.
It
right.
all from day one had commercials in it.
Right.
And because we had to pay the bills.
Sure.
I had to form a production, camera people, studio time, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so, but how it got to the cable access, we had to take out the commercials and we shipped the show to all the cable access channels here without the commercials.
Oh,
and they ran with it to have programming.
Right.
And people didn't know what, when they were flipping through the channels, whether they were watching broadcast TV, access cable TV. They didn't,
I got you.
They just, hey, who is he? You know?
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Well, you popped off the TV. I mean, your hair is very well kept now, you know?
Yes.
Not that it wasn't before, but the one thing I remember, William, your hair, it was on fire. I mean, it was all over, but it was great.
Yeah,
it was very memorable.
What I did, I had to create a look.
Right.
I created a look. The tuxedo was a look.
Yeah.
You see, all of that was a look, and it worked.
Yeah.
And now, you know, people talk about the various hairstyles I've had over the years.
Yeah.
And they talk about the tuxedos over the year. And there's in the early days, one of my sponsors was King's Formal Wear. And their slogan was "Play clothes for the big boys."
I think I shopped there a few times.
And you know, so that's one of the things I wanted to correct. You know, so it's none of the I own the rights.
Sure.
To the show.
Yeah.
And sooner or later, the right person's going to see it.
Yeah.
What the viewers tell me through all the fan mail, which has tugged on the strings of my heart, is what they like about the William Pace Show. They said this man with a Midwestern charm and a cosmopolitan flair.
Oh.
That has been a reoccurring theme over the years. And that's why the goal is to, sooner or later, when I get into syndication, the goal is to buy acres of land on the outskirts of Dayton,
right?
Build my own studios, and have the show syndicated right out of Dayton, Ohio.
Wow. It's like that's how Phil Donahue started.
I'm afraid that, you know, if I would move somewhere else, that I would lose what the viewers, what's unique about the show.
Sure.
Midwestern charm, you know, hello, darling, how you doing, bud? You know,
I got you.
You know, cosmopolitan flair, worldly knowledgeable, you know, somebody that can say, hey, yo, what's going down?
Right. I got you.
You know, I can talk to different genre of people. Yeah.
Well, hang on. We got the news here, and then we'll get back and we'll talk more about your career. And there's a song, I think you have like a signature song, don't you?
I do. I have several.
Okay.
I don't know which one you're referencing.
Well, I'm gonna play it.
Oh, okay.
And maybe we can get a little performance. Maybe just a little bit.
Maybe I'll come back next time and bring the band.
I don't know that we could fit the whole band in here, but let's talk. Let's talk about it.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny.
It's a crackpot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
though.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I've seen you've got a bunch of videos on YouTube. You've got your own YouTube channel.
Yep.
I've seen them.
Yeah. And so, but does that help you to understand about that whole access thing and how that happened?
100%. Yeah.
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 I had to take the commercials out, which I had to pay.
So where was the show running when you had the commercials in? Where was it running? Was it
broadcast? I mean, commercial wise,
right?
In the early days, we were on WDTN.
Okay,
we were sandwiched in between WWF wrestling and In Concert. The wrestlers would come at late at night, and
right,
and people stayed up too.
Yeah.
Wrestlers would come on and fight it out, and then I'd come on and fight it out. And the thing of it is, people stayed up.
Right. Yeah, that's it's interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, suddenly 1 o'clock at night was a hot.
So if I played a clip, you could put your headphone, not right now, but if I play a clip from YouTube on the show, is that okay with you?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I've got one queued up that I found the other day. It's got like the intro and everything, which I think is cool.
Is it a song?
It's the intro of a song. Here, I'll play it for you.
Traffic and news station. It's not good enough to just play music off a computer all day. That's what most radio stations do. At WHIO, it's all about being live and local. Local traffic reporters, local meteorologists, local talk show hosts, and local news reporters. Our folks live here in the Miami Valley. Information that saves lives and supports.
Well, cool. Yeah, I was hoping that we'd be able to play some of your music. And,
sure.
So what's happening with the? Well, I'll ask you. I'll ask you when we get back on.
Okay. I also want to talk about some of the guests that I got to come on. That's interesting.
Oh yeah.
You know how I was able to pull that off.
Right.
It's not to be on an eco trip, but it's quite extraordinary what I was able to do, and I only could have done it through God.
Right.
And in the early days, when I was so concerned about, because I never had the cloud of anything behind me.
Yeah.
And I was concerned about this and this, and there was a very prominent attorney in town at the time, and he said, "Man, just put the show on, and you can fine tune it on the air."
Yeah.
That's what he would tell me. Just put the show.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they'd shoot it in the dark, or they didn't turn the you name it.
Right. What was the other show you met? You said it was sandwiched between wrestling and which one?
In Concert.
In Concert.
And then and when I went to the Black Station, that's interesting. And so many things. And but to look at my body of work, it gives me my greatest sense of joy. It really does.
I understand.
To see, that.
Yeah.
And I said, I did that.
Right.
I didn't have no affiliate. I didn't have no station.
Right.
I didn't even have a corporate sponsor.
Right.
I only had the mom and pops.
Yeah.
That's how I made it happen.
Yeah.
Rented the studios. So many funny stories. Remember time I was interviewing, you don't turn the oven on unless you have a lot to cook, So I'd have all the guests come once Saturday out of a month, and we tape 4 or 5 shows back to back.
Right. Oh, that's grueling.
Well, it was under the hot lights.
Yeah. If you want, throw on the headphones.
Okay.
And then when we come back, we can chat and you'll be able to hear the music. And let me make sure you can hear. Can you hear? You're good?
Yes.
Okay.
All news.
Dayton's news
all talk.
and talk.
All the time. The WHIO News Traffic and Weather Center is active. If news breaks, we'll break in. This is the Miami Valley's radio station, WHIO.
Don't hesitate to call. You call me. You better call me. Damn it, get me a phone.
Call me on my radio.
I'm gonna call you. You got him on the radio?
You won't make a simple phone call?
What is wrong with you?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up on Facebook and YouTube. In the studio with me, Dayton TV icon, at least he is in my book, William Pace.
Good to be here.
Well, for people who are just joining us, just to reset, I grew up here and I remember seeing your shows on television, and thank you for sort of telling the story about how so many of your shows ended up on cable access. That makes sense now. You had actually been a commercial show.
Mm-hmm.
You were on Channel 2. They had you...
I was sandwiched on between the wrestlers would come on late at night.
Yeah.
And I'd come on after the wrestlers and then in concert.
Yeah.
And
a late night fixture.
Suddenly at 1 a.m. in the morning, it was a hot time.
Yeah, sure.
And people stayed up and watched.
Yeah. So on this show, you did all kinds of things. You interviewed folks, you had a band, you sang, because as we've already covered, you are a professionally trained singer.
Yeah. Professionally trained operatic singer.
Right.
And so many things, to tell. At a very young age, I won a Robert Oldman scholarship to study abroad at the American Institute of Musical Studies.
Oh, wow.
I was the youngest ever at, I think, 20,
Wow.
And, won a Madame Augury scholarship to sing with the Aspen Festival Orchestra. All of these things happened in college, when I was in college.
Right.
So when I graduated, I was out on the road singing.
Yeah. And that's when people were saying, hey, you got a mug for TV.
Yes.
You need to be on TV.
Absolutely. That's what they said.
Yeah. So there's a lot of your shows. We referenced the article that was in the Dayton Daily back in February. Over 3,000 tapes of your shows.
Oh.
Boy, that must be a pain to move around.
Well, what it really is, and perhaps if there's someone out there in listener land, it's very expensive. The situation, because so much of my career was on tape.
Right. Sure.
The majority of it. And so to preserve those tapes, and many of them in the early days, like at Channel 2, it was like a big encyclopedia reel that I took to the station.
Right.
And so what we're doing now is transferring all of those things from tape to MP4.
All right, to digital. Yeah.
Yes, right.
So you can put it on the internet, right?
Yeah, and these shows will live on forever.
Right. Well, I found this. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong button here. I found this clip. This is on YouTube, and this is from one of your shows. Now, I don't have a date on here, so I don't know when this is. Maybe you can tell by
I shall.
Okay, so here's just a little bit of William Pace on his show.
The Secret Love. Yeah. From the movie Calamity Jane.
And you've got the tux on. You got the sideburns working. You got the goat. I mean, you're looking sharp.
I like that look.
Yeah.
There too, you know.
That's a good look.
You know.
And the hair in this version of William Pace, the hair's not so out there, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and the concerts that I do, sometimes I'll say when I'm singing a song or something in between the songs, I'll say, folks, it isn't easy trying to be tall, dark, and handsome.
Oh, yeah.
But I got to keep trying, and that gets a big laugh out of the audience.
So beyond the music aspect of this, you would have a lot of folks, a lot of guests on. You would have celebrities. You'd have, yeah, that's right. I've seen that interview.
Let me tell
chatting with B.B. King.
Let me tell you about that interview. I had started working on that interview. First of all, you know that I had this was all done without a station or without an affiliate.
Right.
Or
You're
anything.
just a guy. You're just a guy reaching out.
Right.
Yeah.
I called up the road manager and said, when BB comes to town, I want to interview him. I have a local show. And they didn't know me at that time from A Man in the Moon, you know.
Right. Yeah.
And I couldn't say, well, I was from this affiliate or that station or anything like that. So what happened is that day when they did come to town at Memorial Hall, the road manager called me.
Oh, wow.
And said, we'll give you 5 minutes. Was there pandemonium after that? We had to scramble to get the lights, to get the camera, and he was at Memorial Hall. And we only had 5 minutes to do the interview and between his first and second half. And when he walked off that first half and sat down in the chair, that was one of my best interviews.
Yeah.
Because it was like almost being a veteran journalist.
Sure.
You know, I had no time for any mistakes.
Yeah.
And only had one interview and got it done.
Well, and I would imagine that you grew up listening to him and knowing him and observing him and to meet one of your, I don't know if he was an idol of yours, but he was certainly somebody that was well known, you know, and you're sort of having that meeting the celebrity, you know, there's going to be anxiety, there's going to be nerves.
I didn't even have time to be nervous. I didn't even have time to be worried about the hair look that day. I was so busy about trying to think, what am I going to say? You know?
Right. What about some of the other people that you interviewed? Throw out some names.
Oh gosh, two for one. Mr. T, I thought I was going to have a nervous breakdown trying to interview him.
You interviewed Mr. T.
Yes, it was. I pulled that off too. It was in Dark Star, a comic bookstore in Yellow Springs.
Oh yeah, I know Dark Star.
And so we were over there. It was that was another one of those 5-minute interviews, and it was right out in the middle of the store.
Sure,
people all around, people galore all the way around.
Right. Yeah.
And so I thought I would ask questions that people would want to know and things like that.
Yeah.
It was one of those interviews. I'd ask a question, he'd respond with some other answer. That went on for the whole.
Sounds like Mr. T.
That went on for the whole interview.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I thought I was just going to fall out because you know. But it turned out we doctored up the interview. It looked really good.
Looked good. Yeah.
And Mr. Jimmy Walker.
Oh my God.
Forget that interview.
Wow.
I asked him at the end, you know, I always give my guests in the early days, one of our sponsors were Esther Price Fine Chocolates.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I, at the end, give my guest a little token of Dayton.
Sure.
And he took the candy and he said, chocolates, white and dark and light chocolates. Does this mean white and black people can have candy? and he just made it into a comical.
Yeah.
I think it was probably great advertising for Esther Price Fine Chocolates, you know.
So it's funny. I met Jimmy Walker back in the 90s. Most people won't remember this, but some may. He actually filled in for a week on WHIO radio.
Wow.
There was a host that was on 9 to noon. His name was Mark Williams, and he did sort of, I wouldn't call it, he did some political, but he talked a lot about what was going on in Dayton. And one week he was off on vacation, and I don't know that Jimmy came in for the whole week, but he came in and did a couple of days. And at that time, Jimmy was trying to sort of rekindle his career and thought he would give his attempt at being a conservative talk host. So Jimmy Walker, Kid Dynamite, was on the WHIO airwaves, talking politics, and I produced a show, and it was interesting. It was interesting. Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. So we've only got a couple of minutes left. But I want to ask you, so what is the status of the William Pace show now? What's happening with it?
This little show, the little train that could, has created a following. I didn't even know I had a following in Fort Worth, Texas.
Really?
They had me on at Christmas time singing Christmas carols. Christmas music.
For which station? Was this a TV station or radio or what?
Well, you mentioned our good friend Dan McDowell.
Oh yeah, Dan.
And he was on many times on the show, and so he arranged it, and I was on for a half an hour singing Christmas music.
Wow.
In Fort Worth, and so many people loved that show that he was on 3 or 4 or 5 shows.
Right.
Particularly that one show when they came on. And he was Big Jim Wilson. Remember him?
I don't remember. I don't recall.
But he's been a favorite on the show over the years. Charlotte, North Carolina. I didn't know I had a following down there in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Wow.
Upstate New York, Detroit.
So what are you doing with the show now, though? I mean,
we're working on the 38th season of the William Pace Show.
Okay.
Starting for the fall, all new shows. I've got a list of people all across the country who wants to.
You got to put me on.
Well,
I mean, I've had you on my show.
Consider it done.
All right.
Consider it done.
I love it. I love it.
And but I really want to. I don't know how much time we have, but I want to tell people in the early days of the show. When I started it, I just was trying to be a star, celebrity, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But then there was a lady that was following me in Cub's food store in Trotwood.
Yeah.
And she said, I saved her life. I said, ma'am, what are you talking about? And one night, this lady was going to commit suicide.
No.
And she went she didn't have a gun. She went in the kitchen and to get a butcher knife and she had a little TV set on the counter, and she turned it on. And there I was on TV.
Wow.
And it was something I said, to this day, I don't know what it might have been.
Right.
Inspirational scripture, but it made her put the knife down. And in that moment, God said to me, this is not about you trying to be some celebrity.
Right.
This is about you empowering people, uplifting people, helping people to be all they can be through this show.
Well, William, I think you've done a great job throughout your career, and we'll give you a round of applause for that. There you go. There you go.
Bless you. Thank you so much.
But I really appreciate you being on the show.
Anytime.
I appreciate the opportunity to meet you. Like I said, I've been aware of you for a very long time, and I know I've talked about you on my show before, not just recently, but in years past, but I just never got to meet you. So I'm glad to finally make your acquaintance, and I hope we could be friends, and we'll get some pictures.
Consider it done.
Awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you, William. Thanks for being on the show.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
I love this show.
It's fun to listen to.
Locally grown.
Here in Dayton.
Seriously funny.
He's a crackpot with wild ideas.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
All right. Well, that was fun. Wasn't he fun? Have a good one, Kelly.
Only all news morning show. Catch up and know what's going on every morning on your way to work.
Dayton's news and talk.
From the birthplace of aviation, WHIO, Dayton, Springfield, WHIO FM, Pleasant Hill.
Watch for pop-up showers heading into tonight. We'll have the latest at 7 o'clock. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 and 95.7 WHIO.
Yeah, we're going to go have some fun, aren't we?
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst. Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, there you go. There's the show. Thanks for listening tonight. Big thanks to my guest, William Pace, TV Dayton icon. I was glad to meet him. I'd never met him before, and I appreciate his story. So good stuff there. Don't forget, we're going to be doing the show live on Friday, June 19th. 5 to 7, we'll be at All the Best Delicatessen, named Ohio's Best Deli. We've been there a number of times. They love the Edgeheads. And it is Juneteenth, so many of you may not be working that day. If you aren't, make sure you stop by and see us. And also, don't forget my intern Will. He's lost. We've put together a lost intern flyer. You can find it on my Facebook. Please share it. He's not missing. He's just lost from the show.
Well, that's all, folks.
But if what can came, we partied, we conquered.
Is that all there is?
Yep, that's all she wrote.
Next time will be better.
Well, at least he tried.
Thanks for listening.
Until next time, we'll be seeing ya.
All right, everybody. Have a great one. Thank you. See ya.